So, John, if the machines were to take over, which machine would kill you first?
In this flat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have, as you know, quite a sinister-looking shiatsu massage chair. And as much as I enjoy it more than anyone else, I do think if the machines were to become sentient, I could imagine many ways in which that could kill me.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I would die getting a really good deep massage. So
I don't feel like a massage that kills you is a good massage.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe you're just not the right kind of massage.
Some films are fine just the way they are. Other films sometimes take it way too far. But really, how bad could it get? Let's go beyond the box set.
Welcome, everybody, to Beyond the Box Set, the podcast where we pitch prequels, sequels, and spin-offs to films that don't have any. I'm Harry, and joining me, as always, is John.
Hello.
And today is another episode in our Stephen King season, films based off Stephen King novels, or in this case, directed by Stephen King.
This is both written and directed.
The one and only.
Indeed, yes. Stephen King's first ever attempt at directing one of his own stories. Mm-hmm. There was no second attempt.
No. So Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
This was it was a listener choice, wasn't it?
It
we kind of
was.
put this to a vote, didn't we?
Yeah, so when I first announced on our social media channels that we were going to do a Stephen King series, I kind of tweeted out there, there's so many Stephen King related films, which ones would you like us to do? And we've got a lot of The Shawshank, we've got a lot of Stand By Me, we've got a lot of The Shining, which we've done. But yeah, what by far the most requested was a film called Maximum Overdrive, a film about which I knew practically nothing.
Same, yeah. Nothing at all.
But people who like this film really like this film. Or people who enjoy this film, I would say, really enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
And they were quite keen to hear our thoughts on it. So
yeah. This film's crazy.
Well, I mean, this film is cocaine the movie.
Yeah.
Stephen King has admitted that he directed this at the height of his cocaine addiction.
Right, okay.
And he has admitted that he was so coked out of his eyeballs when he was directing this film that he has practically no memory of directing it.
Wow.
Wow. And when people ask him why he's never directed a second film after Maximum Overdrive, he apparently just says, watch Maximum Overdrive. So at least he owns it.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad film.
I thought you might like this somehow. Yeah. It's different,
Yeah.
So, I mean, what did you think? How did you respond to it?
I thought it was hilarious, and it really kept my attention. When a Stephen King film starts, I'm always trying to work out what the thing is. Yeah. What's going on? What's going to happen?
Here? What's the hook? Yeah.
Yeah. And like I see, like it starts off slowly. Mm-hmm. Like the first thing. Well, no. Firstly, it starts off with a bit of text.
A lot of text.
A lot of
very specific details.
I loved how specific it was.
I think this is the first red flag that there was some, there was some cocaine in the room when this was being written, because it's not even a scroll. If it was like a Star Wars style scroll, you could kind of maybe follow it, but you just get blasted with like an entire screen full of yellow, horribly fonted text.
Have you got the film handy? Because I could read it out.
Yeah, read it out.
Yeah, so it says, on June 19th, 1987, at 9:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Already way too much detail. Why do we need to know that it's Eastern Standard Time?
The Earth passed into the extraordinarily diffuse tail of the re-M, a rogue comet. According to astronomical calculations, the planet would remain in the tail of the comet for the next 8 days, 5 hours, 29 minutes, and 23 seconds. None of this is relevant.
None of that ever comes up again. I guess it does slightly. That's. I guess. I mean, I had questions about what was causing all this, but I guess that what we need to take away from that is that this is going to last for 8 days.
Yeah. Well, like someone later on refers to it as like a week.
Yeah.
Like, great, that's fine.
Yeah, we don't need to know it down to the second. There's no ticking clock in this movie.
No.
That could have been like a single sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it immediately throws you off because I was like, oh god, that's so much text. I need to read it really quickly and take it all in before it goes.
And then it lasts for ages as well.
It does last for ages, but it's still a lot of like specific detail to take in.
Yeah.
None of which particularly matters. Yeah. So,
but then so I'm trying to work out what it is, and it starts off slowly. It starts off with just this guy walking up to a bank, and a sign above the bank is just saying "fuck you, fuck you."
So you said it started slowly, but it pretty much drops you straight into the
Yeah,
action.
but-
There's no setup particularly.
Yeah, but like at that point, I was like, okay, so it's like a disgruntled bank employee.
Yeah.
They're saying like, oh, I hate my job, and fuck you, Janet.
Who's Janet? What did
Just
Janet do?
Just making up a name.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and then the ATM saying like, you're an asshole, you're an asshole, you're an asshole. And what is this? What is going on? And yeah, I didn't really know. It also said music by AC/DC, which was great, and then I think they got a cameo right early on.
Well, they're vandals. I don't know if they're actually in it. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
The AC/DC van cameos. I mean, I'll say this: great soundtrack.
Yeah, definitely.
The film was a huge bomb. The soundtrack sold 5 million copies. So
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Who made who? It's great.
Like, is that an album that they released? 'Cause
Yeah, they released it.
It's a good title for an album as well.
Yeah, that was the title. They released an album called Who Made Who, the soundtrack to Maximum Overdrive, I think. Yeah.
Very good. So then the next scene is this bridge that can, one of those bridges that can just go up and down to let boats underneath.
Yeah. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, they open in the middle, don't they?
Yeah.
Mechanical bridge.
And so then it just does it by itself because the two operators aren't really paying attention to playing cards. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, it can't be the most
It's
interesting
just
job,
it's not a thing that you'd expect to happen.
This film was a real cautionary tale against like automations.
Yeah.
Never take your eye off the ball.
Yeah. And so the bridge goes up, and it's. I was wondering where it was going to go. If it was going to be like a scene from Final Destination or something.
It did have that vibe.
Yeah. But no, not quite. I mean, people do fall into the water and get crushed by cars and stuff. And I was also wondering, because, when you don't know a film straight away, like, is this a film where people are going to die? Is it going to be gory? What's going to happen here? And there's a lot of, in this scene, there was definitely somebody still in that car when that car got crushed. Oh my God. But then there's other bits of like a woman screaming in terror because there's a melon falling towards her. It's great.
It felt like
And
everyone...
a man just jumps out of his car. He's wearing all white, and the first thing he does is he slips over very comically and lands in crushed melon.
There's a lot of this just writhing around in melon. It's a bizarre detail. But this whole sequence it felt like everybody who was dying wasn't making any effort to save themselves.
Yeah.
Like, because the bridge opens incredibly slowly, because it's a slow, heavy machine. And then you see the cars like very slowly like start to roll down. And it's like, just get out. Get to a stable place. Like, the guy who slides down the bridge on his bum and just falls into the... It's like, he doesn't even try and catch himself. Like,
No, he doesn't.
he's just like, whoa! It's like they're all lemmings.
Yeah.
You know that game, Lemmings, from the 90s?
Yeah. Yeah, so then, from there, the film it's two things, really. It's largely... Here's a new scene, here's a new scene, here's a new scene. Each one introduces new characters in new situations.
Many characters.
And new ways of dying and stuff like that. And then the other half of the film is centered around a group of quite uninteresting characters, all in a trucker stop. Where do you want to go first?
I don't know. I mean, who's your favourite character?
I think my favourite character was... is her name Yeardley Smith?
Yardley Smith.
Yeah.
She was your favourite?
Because she was the most ridiculous.
Holy shit, she was awful. I mean, you know who that was, right?
Yeah.
The voice of Lisa Simpson.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just hear it. Like, it's clearly the voice of Lisa Simpson.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I recognised the name as a Simpsons voice actor. I didn't remember which one it was.
I mean, just close your eyes.
And then one of the characters earlier on, another woman, because I knew it was either Bart or Lisa. I know they're both voiced by women.
Yeah.
And then another woman actually says, "Eat my shorts."
I know.
And
Right?
I was like, wait, was that her? Because Yeardley Smith hadn't been in the film at that point. And I was like, is that what she looks like? Is that her? I had to look it up. And
It was not her. So you already knew that someone from The Simpsons was in the film before that?
I knew that.
Yardley Smith.
It came up in the credits at the start.
Oh, I see.
And I recognised.
Oh,
That's either the voice of Bart or Lisa.
okay, I see what you mean. Okay, sure. Wow, I'm surprised she was your favourite. She was insufferable. She was so annoying. So shrill. Like, the amount of screaming. Oh my God. I was waiting for her to die.
Yeah.
Very disappointingly, it didn't happen. It's funny that I always, before we do one of these episodes, I like to look at the IMDb trivia page, just for little tidbits about these films. And in this one, my favourite one, it made me laugh out loud just scrolling through all the trivia. It just literally said, Yardley Smith is greatly embarrassed by this film.
Great.
I was not surprised. So she plays one half of a newly married couple who are like on the road. They've literally just got married. I guess they're driving to their honeymoon.
Yeah, in this weirdly small town.
In this tiny little town. God knows where they were heading.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like a shotgun wedding. It definitely felt like a... I mean, she looked about 14. It really... It read uncomfortable. Like, she seemed super young.
Yeah.
And her constant screaming did not help in that regard.
No.
But, yeah, she was doing a lot. I mean, everyone was doing... Well... Most people were doing a lot. I felt like there were two kinds of performances from the actors in this film. Either you were at 11 or you were at 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Yardley Smith and the waitress, who we'll get to. We'll talk about the waitress. We're at 11. Emilio Estevez was like about 2 or a 3. So yeah, there wasn't any middle ground.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When we get to that truck stop, everything will be all right. Oh, yes. What are you doing?
You see that gap? The next time it comes around, I'm gonna shoot right through it.
No, you don't! They'll gang up on us and squash us!
I can do it!
Oh, so we can be inside where they are?
What do you think's gonna happen to us if we stay out here?
I'm scared.
So I guess to give a very brief plot summary, this part of the film the majority of the film takes place in a truck stop in, I don't know, Nowheresville, America.
Yeah, in a small town in Central America, same as all Stephen King films.
Yes, but also this film felt weirdly. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading something. It felt quite snobby to me.
In what way?
In the sense that all the other films, like Stand By Me is a small town film, and it's like it's not celebrating, but it's like it has a lot of affection for the characters. Like, but they're more like Midwestern. These characters were all like white trash, and it felt like there were no likable characters.
No, there weren't.
It felt like you wasn't even
weren't.
trying to make them. It felt like all of these characters were just being depicted as just like inbred hicks, basically.
Yeah. The only person that I was sort of rooting for was the boy.
The little boy was the hero of the film.
Yeah, just because like he didn't do a thing wrong. He was likable, and he was young as well.
He was absolutely the smartest person in this movie.
And like he was the only person who showed any emotion as well.
Yeah.
Like his dad died. He got a bit, not as emotional as a boy that age should, or would, but he got a bit emotional about it.
He had a little cry.
Nobody else ever cared about anything.
No. Everyone just seemed at best mildly pissed off when people died.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little boy had a little cry over his dead dad, and then the next scene he's just like sadly blowing bubbles.
Yeah.
That's how he dealt with it. But yeah, no, he was my favourite character too. But the film is set in this truck stop in Hicksville, America, and all the characters are real like hicks and white trashy kind of. They speak in this kind of almost incomprehensible southern drawl that I really found hard to understand, especially like the guy who's constantly got a cigar in his mouth, like who calls everyone Bubba. there was some kind of thing where Emilio Estevez is an ex-con who's now working in working in this truck stop, and the owner is forcing him to work longer hours than he's being paid for, and if he doesn't he'll fire him. He'll fire him, and then he'll tell him he's broken his probation or something. He'll go back to jail. There's some whole scheme, none of which matters to the plot, basically.
No, it's basically just letting you know right early on the boss is a dickhead.
Yeah, and it seems like everyone who's employed there is an ex-con.
It seems to be,
because they've all got that star on the. So is the waitress also an ex-con?
I guess so. Yeah,
I want her backstory.
Yeah,
but the waitress also works there, and she is great. So very early on, she gets attacked by an
electric knife. Yeah.
Which
I was wondering why they would have one there at a diner. Like, it doesn't feel like the sort of thing you'd have at a diner.
Yeah, there was no. It was just
like, isn't that the sort of thing you use to like cut a turkey or something?
It's like for kebab shops, when they've got like the big kebab meat skewers. You'll cut off a giant slice of meat. She was just sat there like frying eggs. There was nothing that needed that kind of blade.
No,
it was just bacon and eggs. I didn't know what that was for, but yeah, that comes to life and nearly slices her hand off. It definitely has a Final Destination vibe.
Yeah,
it really does. Like, because the machines never develop a personality.
No.
Like, the truck has a face, I guess, the Goblin truck. But other than that, it doesn't talk. And you never really get a sense of what's going on. But yeah, she, over the course of the film, just does not respond well to the machine uprising that goes on. And the best part of the film, I think, is definitely her meltdown when she... out of nowhere.
What, her death scene?
Well, she does it twice. The first one's better, I think, just in terms of the physicality. But she just runs outside and screams, "We made you! Yeah. We made you!"
Yeah.
She went from 0 to 60 so fast, and I was very much pleased with it.
The whole goddamn world's going tits up.
They can't. We made them.
look, honey, you're gone and hurt yourself. Now, come on, sweet thing.
Don't you sweet thing me!
I wanted you, baby. Just...
They can't. We made them. You can! We made you! We're just some loyalty, you beauty thing! We made you! We made you!
When it did come to her death scene, because she ran out screaming, "We made you," and she had a gun and stuff, the way that she grabbed the weapon and ran outside, I thought, like, oh, I just realised at this point, all the men have been absolute dickheads, and they've all got themselves killed and put people in danger and stuff. It's going to be like a woman's going to come and sort everything out.
Yeah.
And then, no, not even slightly.
No, absolutely not. She commits suicide for no reason.
Yeah.
She picks up the bazooka, doesn't really use it.
No.
When she gets shot, she accidentally fires it and blows up a truck. But yeah, she doesn't do anything constructive.
No.
Nevertheless, I loved her. Mm-hmm. With that big bow in her hair that never came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was she sleeping in that?
I guess.
The action of this film takes place over like 3 days. And like, the other woman has like 4 or 5 costume changes. She's the only one. Everyone else stays in the same clothes. But
Well,
that waitress,
she probably changes costume after each time she sleeps with what's-his-face.
with Emily Estevez. Oh, yeah.
Because it's weird, they meet and very quickly just have a lot of sex and are in an active relationship.
It felt like their plotline was like a weird softcore porn.
Yeah.
It was like just plonked in the middle of this otherwise non-sexual film. It was very strange because the dialogue, there was no dialogue. The dialogue was terrible. But they meet and it's just instantly like, oh, hey, hero. Like the dialogue was very porny, like very stupid, and like, and then the background music was the only time they weren't using AC/DC. Like most of the soundtrack is just like heavy metal guitars. All their scenes are just like pow, 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 pow. You know, it's like classic cheesy porn music. It's strange.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
I like how in the morning after they had sex, the boy just runs into their room. He doesn't hesitate at all or like bat an eyelid with the fact that these two people are just naked together.
Yeah.
Like he's clearly...
He's got bigger things to be concerned about. Yeah.
True, yeah.
His dad's just died. What does he care if someone's fucking in the back room?
Well, yeah. But he's like 12. Is that
True.
a thing that he's aware of massively?
He
or
seemed-
that aware of?
He seemed fairly worldly wise.
Okay. Yeah, and so other than the trucker bit, there's just various different scenes of, well, it's largely the boy cycling through town. Like, starts off, he's at a baseball game. And
Sorry, I was just remembering the crotch shot.
And
It
this-
did make me laugh.
and this is where it all starts happening. And like the coach goes, like they're finished or they're in break or something. I don't know.
They're playing baseball.
Yeah. The coach goes
Little
up.
league.
The coach goes up to a vending machine and puts some money in, and the vending machine spits out a can of soda straight into his balls, really hard, and like it takes him down to his knees.
It's like that Hans Moleman thing in The Simpsons. Like, man gets hit by crotch with ball. It's like his reaction's just like, ooh. It's like pure physical comedy.
Yeah. And so then he's kneeling down. He's then at face. No, he gets hit in the chest with one of them as well.
Yeah.
At which point I'm just like, just roll to the side. Just roll to the side.
Well,
you're
there
fine.
are many occasions in this film when people could easily have escaped from the thing that kills them.
yeah. And so then he's at face height, and another one comes and just hits him straight in the face and knocks him backwards. And then it just starts firing these cans at everybody.
It kills at least 2 children.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, he gets a proper... It shatters his skull. Like, he gets hit, like, full force in the skull, and you see, like, the shape of the can imprinted on his skull, and it's clearly killed him. Like, he's dead.
Yeah. And, so then there's just, like, 2 boys. One of them's a main character.
Yeah.
2 boys left. One of them's riding a bike, crashes for no reason whatsoever, right over his handlebars.
Well, is the bike one of the machines?
No, because it's not got any electronics with it.
No, that's what I thought, but it seems like the bike throws him off.
I think it was just a natural crash. Like,
That was just a natural accident.
Yeah.
That was just, he was panicking, he rode the wrong way, and he flung himself off his bike.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
And then he just sort of lies on the grass for a bit, basically sunbathing, while a steamroller just crashes in and takes a long time to get to him, let's be honest.
Yeah, again, exactly.
And at no point can you see, like, the kid's got a broken leg or
No,
something.
he just fell off his bike. He could get up easily.
Yeah.
Oh, he fell off his bike onto grass.
Yeah.
Like, he's not hurt. Like,
No. But no, a steamroller comes and rolls over him from feet first up to his face, which is probably the worst way to go, because you'd feel all of that.
Yeah. I mean, I find it very impressive that in this movie, a child is crushed by a steamroller in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, that sets the bar. Mm-hmm. And there was actually a scene that I read up. There was a scene that was cut from this film where the way they filmed it, the kid's head explodes, and the censors were like, "No, we're not having like a 12-year-old kid's head explode in this movie. That is not happening."
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it really went there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then there's all the deaths that you see that aren't just people getting shot or run over or hit by cars.
Well, the kid...
And then you find lots of people that have died in other ways.
Yeah. Well, our main kid, our heroic kid, I forgot his name, was it Billy or something?
I don't know.
Something generic. He tries to rescue the coach, he puts on the baseball cap and, but the coach is beyond saving. And then he rides his bike through town and we have this montage of how the machines have killed multiple people, which I found...
What was your favourite?
I mean, the dog.
Which was the dog.
The
oh
dog
my god!
that had the little remote control car and obviously just like blasted into its mouth.
Oh, that was harsh.
That was harsh, but I laughed.
I liked the hairdryer.
The hairdryer. What do you think happened?
I think that woman got strangled by a hairdryer.
Do you think the hairdryer strangled her?
Yeah.
Okay, but how did a hairdryer move of its own volition?
I don't know.
Because like the cars, fair enough. The cars, if we accept that the cars can control themselves, sure they can drive around. But it seemed like the cars were acting like cars. It's not like they were flying.
Yeah.
How's a hairdryer which has no means of moving of its own control?
Well, maybe it put itself onto full blow, and so it like fell off the desk or something, swung round, and maybe at the time she was bending down to pick something up and just swung round her neck like that.
Or while also leaning out the window.
While also leaning, and then she like ran to the window to get away from it or something, and just then passed out there. Maybe.
Okay, I have no further questions.
I don't know. If it was a Final Destination film, you'd have seen all that happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was disappointed we didn't see that. But
yeah, I also liked the woman who just got stuck in the car window.
I had questions.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed the sprinklers. I don't know if they killed anyone.
No.
But I really felt like they had the most personality because the boy's riding through the town. He's looking at like just this montage of death, and then from behind him, the sprinklers kind of turn on, and then he turns around and they turn off again.
Yeah.
And it's like they're just like, well, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
How are the lovebirds?
Heart rate's just slowing down a little, I think.
That's good.
Mother's helper.
A girl hitching her way down to Florida needs some protection.
Yeah? That's what you're doing?
Yeah. That's what I was doing before every machine in the world went into Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, and I guess the standout character on that side is the Goblin truck.
Well, yes.
Which is kind of there from start till finish.
So, I actually watched this film twice because, I don't know, that's just what I do sometimes, just so I can like... So I watched it the first time a couple of days ago and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And then I watched it a second time and I realised that I assumed the first time that the Goblin truck belonged to Emilio Estevez because he's like the main character. But it doesn't. It belongs to the black guy.
Yeah.
Who does nothing.
Yeah.
Like, he rolls up in the monster truck and then he literally doesn't do anything for the rest of the whole film.
Yeah.
It was a weird choice because Emilio Estevez had no relationship with that truck. It was like, I don't know, it just puzzled me. It was like, what is that? Because it's such an interesting design. Like, the design is great. It's like a toy truck with a giant goblin's face placed. I've never seen anything like it in real life.
Me neither.
Sure. And it's got the glowing red eyes. Do you reckon that's like the leader?
Maybe.
Because this is my question. What do you think that the machines wanted?
To kill all humans.
Was that their goal, just to kill everyone?
Yeah. So that, as well revealed in the final text... Tell you what, let me just get the final text up and read that. 2 days after, a large UFO was destroyed in space by a Russian weather satellite.
I love that weather satellite was in like
quotes.
inverted commas.
Which happened to be equipped with a laser cannon and a Class 4 nuclear missile. Approximately 6 days later, the Earth passed beyond the tail of the re-M, exactly as predicted. So, yeah, it's a whole different plot right there of like, it was aliens!
Yeah, or was it Russians?
No, it was aliens, but Russians saved the day.
The Russians saved us? Okay.
The Russians saved humanity.
Okay.
Well, I mean, presumably they were having issues as well.
Sure, okay, yeah, okay. What does it all mean, though?
Nothing, John. It means cocaine. That's what
it means cocaine. Sure, I get that. But, like, I was just trying... I couldn't figure out what the aliens' endgame was. It just seemed like they were really, like, mischievous.
They just wanted to conquer Earth.
Did they, though?
They didn't succeed, I guess.
I guess no, but like for example, at the opening with the ATM, it's like they're hurling insults at people.
Yeah.
Like it just seemed like they were being like mischievous and murderous at the same time.
Well, maybe the ATM couldn't physically kill anybody, so it's
No, true.
I'll do my worst.
Sure, I'll just be rude.
I'll just make him feel bad for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Honey, come on over here, sugar buns. This machine just called me an asshole.
Yeah, so what else did I talk about?
Oh, so much. We've not even scratched the surface. So, Emilio Estevez is, I guess, our main character.
Mm-hmm.
He's this ex-con, blonde, blue-eyed guy working in this disgusting diner, scraping the most disgusting-looking eggs and bacon I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when the trucks take over, he hooks up with this girl who... I was really confused because she has so many costume changes, I forgot who she was. So we have a scene where the girl is hitchhiking with a Bible salesman who keeps filling her up.
Yeah.
And she's wearing this like Annie Hall hat, and she looks quite cool. And then as soon as she...
Are there just two women in this?
I think it's just her and Yardley Smith. And there's
the waitress.
There's Yardley Smith, the waitress, and there's this girl.
Yeah.
So
Sex lady.
Sex lady, yeah. Yeah, let's call her sex lady. Well, the film called her the road twitch, and that's what I wanted to know. Like, what is a road twitch? Because
maybe it's just slang for a hitchhiker.
Maybe, but what does it mean? Road twitch?
I do not know.
Okay.
Or maybe twitch is a bit more of a derogatory term. As in just like it's a single woman on the road who you can just pick up and,
Yeah, well...
Have your way with.
Apparently so. I was confused.
I can Google it for you.
Please. I mean, if Urban Dictionary has an answer for what a road twitch is.
What is a road twitch?
Like, road witch, I could get on board with, but twitch?
Urban Dictionary's first result. Great. So it's not saying what a road twitch is, but a twitch is used as a derogatory term for a slut, a tease, a general nuisance, someone who uses sex, or the promise of it, to get what she wants without regard for other people's feelings. Combination of twit and bitch, also referred to someone who walks in a suggestive twitchy manner.
Okay.
That little twitch stole my best friend's husband. That's how you put it in a sentence.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough.
Sounds like a horrible word.
It's very derogatory. I don't approve of it, but that makes sense.
Great.
I feel better about that whole plot. That being said, I did not care about their love story at all. At all. She keeps calling him a hero, like constantly. What does he do that's heroic?
Later on in the film, he's one of the more courageous people to
He's more active than most.
To run out into the yard and do a few things and run away from trucks and stuff, when everybody else just sort of walks slowly and gets run over by them.
Sure.
And also he's quite forward with like, oh, that guy is down in the ditch there. Mm-hmm. I guess I'll crawl through the sewer and go and get him then, and go and save his life. Like, yeah, he's easily the most heroic person in the film.
I think it's a low bar.
But she does say that before he does any of those
before
things.
Before he does anything at all, yeah. He does nothing to demonstrate that he's a hero, and she's just like, hey, Mr. Hero. Yeah. Why did he have to go through the sewer? That whole plotline baffled me.
Because he thought it was too dangerous to go above ground, because that's where the lorries were just driving in circles.
But the guy was literally across the road.
No, the lorries were driving between where he was and...
Okay, I understand that, but...
It would literally just be running out about 2 meters in front of lorries.
Yes, and it seemed like they ran across at least a portion of the road to get to the sewers in the first place.
Yeah.
It seemed like it's like a real long walk.
Yeah, not everything in this film made sense.
No, it did not.
No.
Like, I mean, also, they seem to have a real hard time avoiding 16-wheeler trucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not a driver. I don't spend a lot of time on the road. I feel like those things don't turn quickly.
They're not the most reactive vehicles, no. Their acceleration is not high.
Not high, and I would imagine their ability to turn, they can't do a pinwheel turn, surely. Like,
Yeah. Hence how What's-His-Face and Yeardley Smith, they managed to outmaneuver one of them on a motorway. Like,
yes, but
without too much trouble.
Not too much trouble, but also, again, so they're driving in their car, which is apparently just immune to all of this.
Yeah.
Like, are the cars just okay as long as someone's inside them?
I don't know, because like
it seemed like no car ever...
That woman was inside a car when the window closed on it.
Yeah, that's it. The dead bodies would make you think that the cars have been all over. But
Yeah, I don't know, because like also the lorries then proper beat up that car, and then like a digger drove over it and crushed it.
they
to a
really
pancake.
hated that car.
Yeah.
It's like, traitor. That car just was like, was the greatest hero in this movie. It was refusing to turn on its human overlords.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
But so they're driving, and then there's a lorry chasing them, and it keeps like back-ending them, like trying to knock them off the road, basically. And there's a point where like they swerve sideways and fall behind it, and I'm like, just hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Just let it go ahead. But instead they keep pulling ahead and putting themselves in danger. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. Didn't understand it.
Definitely. Like at that point, just hit the brakes, turn around, drive the other way.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know how long it takes the lorry to turn around?
Exactly. That was, I think, it's got 16 wheels. Even I know that takes a long time.
Yeah.
You could be halfway to Mexico by then.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. I was puzzled. But yeah, so it turns out that the boss man, Mr. Cigar, has an entire arsenal of heavy-duty weaponry just hiding in the basement of his...
Which, unfortunately, in America is not the most unusual thing.
No, yeah, it's
as far as we know.
What did he have that for, though?
Apparently he was selling them.
Oh, was that what we found out in that weird exposition scene where it was all farts and poo noises?
Yes.
What was that?
It was a scene in a toilet that I guess was supposed to be funny. Farts are funny.
Yeah, it was...
Not funny.
I did not find it funny.
No.
I found it quite disgusting. Yeah. So yeah, he's got a bazooka. And so they do manage to blow up quite a lot of the lorries with those bazookas. But not all of them.
No.
It seemed like they really picked and chose when to use the bazookas.
Yes.
They could have ended the film a lot quicker.
And it also feels like there's easier ways to take out lorries. Like, how difficult would it have been to just take a kitchen knife and just walk up beside a lorry and just slash its tyres?
They never think of that.
No.
Well, also, then we get to the end of the film, I guess, or the final act, and the lorries start running out of petrol. Which seems like, oh great, you've got the upper hand.
Yeah.
And then they use Morse code, which the kid conveniently understands, to demand more fuel. And the people are like, okay, sure. Like, not like, oh, hey, we've got the upper hand here. They're just like, yeah, sure, we'll refuel you.
Yeah, well, they are threatened at gunpoint.
They offer. How did that machine gun get onto
No
that car?
idea. No idea.
How did that happen?
It looked like some kind of an army vehicle.
Okay.
But why there was just one army vehicle with a working gun hanging about?
Just driving around this Midwest American highway.
So yeah, that threatened them at gunpoint and killed a few people.
Killed half the cast. But I mean, this film had way too many characters.
It did, yeah.
That was another thing. I kept spotting new characters and being like, "Who are you?" And why do I care? I don't care. Like, who are these people? They should have killed off most of the truckers in the first 10 minutes, but they don't. They just kind of keep them around. I don't think that the lorries were particularly intelligent.
Nah.
Because the film begins with them all being refueled, and then they keep like breaking away before they've been fully filled up. So it's their own fault that they run out of fuel.
Yeah.
And then also they spend the whole film just circling around this truck stop to no particular end, just burning through fuel.
Wasting fuel, yeah.
Burning through fuel.
Yeah.
So not the smartest enemies. This is why I was really like, what are these trying to achieve? Like, what's the goal here?
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, so they realise that they just need to like wait it out, and then they decide, we need to get on. Let's go to a boat. We're going to get to a boat and wait it out, and then they race to the coast or the lake, whatever it is.
I guess, yeah.
And then they got on the boat, and one character who I swear we'd never seen before.
Yeah.
it's like the 11th hour and we're still seeing new characters. Steals a woman's engagement or a woman's ring, diamond ring from a corpse, and she's like,
it's the window girl, the car window girl.
Yes, car window girl is hanging out the car window with a giant diamond ring.
Like the biggest ring I've
ever
ever
seen. The most ridiculously big diamond ring you'll ever see. And he stops to steal it, and then the goblin face truck sneaks up on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite conspicuous.
Yes, it is. And then it kills him. Nobody bats an eyelid.
Nobody gives a shit.
No.
They're just done at this point.
Yeah, Emilio Estevez shoots it with a rocket launcher, destroys the goblin truck. Everybody is cheering.
Everyone's like, so happy.
Somebody just died.
Yeah.
Like one of your group, like you're less than 10 people right now, and someone just died. They're dead.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously a petty thief. He's not the
guess,
most valuable player. I don't know. Yeah.
So that's that. Then they get away to safety,
and then we get our end credits
about the aliens.
About the aliens, yeah. And you've already read out the strange conspiracy theory about how it's aliens and the Russians saved the day or something. I I was unclear. But then you missed out that they added at the very last credits, the very last bit of text, it says, the survivors are still surviving.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
The survivors are still surviving.
Does that mean they're still around to this day?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if nothing else, it inspired a banging Destiny's Child song. So.
Oh, God. Yeah, and so that is Maximum Overdrive.
Mm-hmm. What a film.
Yeah.
I think we've really seen the peaks and the troughs of Stephen King in this series, and this was something. So I can see why this is kind of a camp classic, because it's clearly just batshit insane.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Bill, where's my dad?
Done got scrubbed by one of them big boys out there. Tough break, kid.
You unbelievable shithead.
Is it true? Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. Hey, no, hang on, man. Hang on, Nate.
Mr. Hendershot,
Hang on, buddy. Hold on, Nate.
just a little lesson in manners from the road twitch.
Okay, so drinking games?
Okay, yeah. First one I've got is drink anytime anybody refers to woman as anything other than her name.
Okay, so road twitch.
Road twitch was one. Somebody did call someone Sugar Babe.
Sugar Babe, wow. Okay.
Yardley Smith was never referred to by name. And my favourite one was when the salesman, when his car is getting crushed by a lorry or something, he abandons his sales, goes, son of a bitch, gets up, there's a woman on his way, he goes, move out the way, bitch! And he just runs.
Wow, nice.
He does it so quickly, son of a bitch, move out the way, bitch! And he just runs.
I just looked it up, she was called Connie, apparently, so it was Connie and Curtis.
Okay.
Yeah. A marriage made in heaven. I don't think they're going to last.
No.
Oh, okay, so on a similar vibe, I had drink for creative insults. There's some really good dialogue. My favourites two were in the exact same scene. So we haven't talked about, you just mentioned him, the Bible salesman guy, who's like trying to hit on the road twitch, and then it's calls the waitress a bitch at that scene. When he runs outside and starts screaming abuse at the lorry that's crushed his car, he yells out, "You want to rock and roll with me, puss bag?" To which Emilio Estevez runs out, grabs him, and says, "Get out of the way, you happy asshole." It just keeps building.
Wow, that is awful writing.
There is some amazing insults in this. Yeah.
Brilliant. Next one I've got is drink for deaths or finding dead bodies.
Curtis, is he dead?
Oh, God.
She screams so much. Well, yeah, I had drink everyone someone dies unnecessarily.
Oh, yeah.
In the sense that, like, from something easily avoidable.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of times someone stands in front of a slow-moving truck or other mechanical object and just goes kind of, no! Until the thing crushes them.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Way too much of that.
Yeah.
Drink for each new thing that's possessed.
Oh, okay, every time you see it.
Yeah, because like, it's not just trucks, there's like the bank ATM and stuff like that, and signs, and I noticed there were scrap cars that were doing their best. They were just flashing their headlights.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
That was the best they could do. There was a train crossing as well. Obviously multiple lorries and like lights, electric knife, stuff like that.
Well, there was at the end of the
plane.
film, the plane that never paid off at all.
It was nothing.
It was just so they could play that bit of music, and then it did nothing at all. At the end of the film, they come across a fast food restaurant intercom that goes, "Humans nearby, humans nearby."
Yeah,
but
that's it.
Those things, they don't have voice boxes. That's people, fast food intercoms. That's people speaking into them. They don't have that technology. They don't speak in real life.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that meant.
Nope, me neither.
Is it just little gremlins? I don't know. And also the other one that I enjoyed was the haunted jukebox.
Oh yeah.
That had inexplicably had a painting of the Last Supper of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And tries to electrocute the guy. Who at that point should have known better, but
yes,
these are all stupid people. Oh, and there's also the jukebox game, not the jukebox, the arcade games in the cellar. That kill young Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
What was that him?
That was him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. In a very rewarding role as a black guy who steals things.
Yeah. I didn't realise that was him.
That was a very young, is it something Esposito? Carlos Esposito or something?
Something like that, yeah.
It's definitely him anyway. I looked it up. So.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, okay, and the last one I've got is Drink for AC/DC music.
Yes, I have that too.
Yeah.
It's the highlight of the film in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
It really lends the film an extra air of comedy for some reason. Because the whole thing just seemed like like the scene with all the montage of death is just played over the top of an AC/DC song, and it's just kind of like, it just makes it funnier.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this little kid that's like slowly cycling through the suburbs just looking at all these bizarre deaths. Okay, I've got a few more. Drink every time someone uses the word bubba.
Is that really Gus Fring?
It's definitely... I know, yeah. He was a lot younger, he had hair, but it's the same guy.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
God, he looks weird. Mm-hmm. He's hiding stuff under, like, not quite under his hat, but just in his hat. It's falling out.
Oh, yeah, he sticks, like, cigarette... Because the cigarette dispenser malfunctions, doesn't it? And so there's loads of cigarettes fall out. So he sticks them, like, into his pants, into his hats, everywhere, yeah. But then he gets hypnotised by the arcade game.
Yeah. It's all very... God, he looks so happy. Great. Okay, so that's that.
No, I've got some more, sorry. Drink every time Yardley Smith screams.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Drink every time a character does an emotional 180.
Mm-hmm.
So the best example of this is definitely the waitress, when she's just kind of sitting around, just, surviving, and then she just runs outside and screams, "We made you!" Mm-hmm. I also liked the road twitch girl, sex girl, when she's flirting with Emilio Estevez, and she's just flirty, sexy. And then suddenly out of nowhere, she just kind of breaks down in tears and goes, "I'm scared!" It was a real 0 to 60, like, she went from super stoic to like, "I'm so scared." Yeah. And then she went straight back to being sexy. Like, that was it. Like, just for a second, she let her emotions show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, drink every time you spot a new background character, and you're like, "Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Who's that guy?"
Plenty of them.
Yeah. Drink for fiery vehicle explosions.
Yes, good.
And drink for Stephen King references, like references to other Stephen King properties.
All right.
So
didn't know there were any.
I spotted a few. I don't know how many were intentional though. Just there was a lot that was like, "Oh, that's a bit like that thing," because a lot of them came afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The back of the Green Goblin truck has a clown painted on it that looks a lot like the clown from It.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Also, there's a lot of crawling through sewers, which is obviously very Shawshank.
Yeah.
And there's a bit where the Bible salesman guy, when he gets hit by the truck and thrown into the ditch, he gets hit so hard that his shoes come off, which is what happens to the kid, the body in Stand By Me.
All right.
I just noticed a lot of little things. I was like, is that deliberate? It probably is. Like,
I guess, yeah.
Weird.
I've always been confused by that. How do you get hit so hard that your shoes fall off?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like...
Unless you're wearing very loose-fitting shoes.
Yeah, and like if something was... Like, if you get run over and that thing is on your feet, then, yeah, I can understand it.
Sure, yeah.
But, like, other than that, I don't
No,
get
it's a strange...
Yeah. And it is a thing now. It's not just in Stephen King films.
Well, everything about the way the Bible salesman died was puzzling to me. Because he gets hit by a truck and he gets knocked into a ditch, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like, a few scenes later, we hear him shouting out, "I'm still alive, but badly hurt." And he's like Will Ferrell in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
And then the little kid finds him, doesn't he? And he grabs onto the little... He looks dead. He looks fully dead. And he grabs the little kid's leg. And suddenly he's, like, got no voice box anymore. He's like... "Pull me to safety, or I..." He's like Harvey Firestein. He's like, "Pull me to safety, or I will swear to God I'll kill you." Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is this? And then the little kid's like, "How?"
Yeah.
I love the little kid's deadpan, like, "How? How am I supposed to save you? I'm 10. Like, smartest character in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he dies anyway. Whatever, yeah.
Mister? I can't. You're too heavy.
Get me out of this ditch, or by Jesus, I'll kill you.
Okay, I think I've done them all. Yeah, I think that's everything I had. So yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, before we get to sequels, listeners, if you've enjoyed this episode, then you can support us on patreon.com/beyondtheboxset. You can support us for as much or as little as you like, whatever you think we're worth. And if you do, you get a few bonus features, including a bonus show called Beyond the Box Set, where we review cinema releases. We're quite soon going to be doing Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I'm really looking forward to. Are you?
I'm excited to see it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah. It's 2 hours 45, though.
It is long, but I don't know. I don't mind a film being long if I can feel like it's going to justify the length.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like Tarantino films, they've got enough identity to them that it's all right to watch it, but yeah.
Yeah, and we've seen some things recently that have not justified their length. But I'm going into Tarantino with hope in my
probably
heart.
not going to be a Hobbs and Shaw, let's be honest.
That's immediately what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
And also, if you become a Patreon, then you can have a 30-second advert slot once a month per person. You can advertise anything you want. Could be your own podcast, your own business, just anything you feel like talking about for 30 seconds. And then finally, once a month, we also have a Patreon come on and choose an episode for us for the main show. So you can come on and actually guest on the show if you want to. If you don't want to, then you can just give us a film and we'll do it for you. All that is available at patreon.com/beyondtheboxset.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I host Connected Hearts, a Kingdom Hearts fan community podcast. Each episode, a guest and I talk about the game series and the fantastic community surrounding it. From artists to streamers, cosplayers, and podcasters, we talk about how a dog, a duck, and a boy in silly shorts teaches us that our friends are our power. You can find the show on iTunes or grab the RSS feed from Twitter for the podcatcher of your choice, @PodcastHearts. And hey, may your heart be your guiding key.
Right, now, sequels.
Sequels, okay. Do you want to go first, Harry?
Yeah, sure. So, mine is set 30 years later.
Oh, okay, so in
present
the present day.
Humanity hadn't really learned from the events of the last film, and the majority of people deny the events of 1986 as being connected in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who believes the events to be connected are treated as pretty much conspiracy theorists, and a majority of them live in caves or underground bunkers free of electronics. As you would, really.
Yeah.
Because of its usefulness, the non-conspiracy theorists are still completely addicted to technology, much as we are now in 2019. So technology is pretty much the same. There's cars, lorries, CCTV, Wi-Fi, smartphones, Facebook, everything.
Of course, yeah.
So then we get the...
So, sorry, just to reiterate. So, the events of the first film happened, but now...
But the minority of people deny it as being a connected thing.
Okay.
They just think, oh yeah, it was like... That one specific thing was a glitch, that was another glitch over there, that was another glitch.
Okay, so they've learnt nothing, but yeah, it's still a thing that happened. Okay, I understand.
But some people have.
Okay.
Like the survivors of the Little Dixie, or whatever it was called.
Sure.
The truck stop.
Yeah.
So this is going to be called Maximum Overdrive 2, Attack of the Drones.
Oh, I see what you did there. Nice, okay.
I was going to go AI Strikes Back, but then I remembered Attack of the Drones, and I that's it.
Yeah, you made the right choice. Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
So, 30 years later, Earth finds itself in the stream of the same comet. Because of the increased level of technology and connectedness of technology, things play out a bit differently this time round.
Okay.
So yes, all vehicles start running their owners over, people get killed by hairdryers and vending machines.
So does this just happen out of nowhere like the first film?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But also, the internet gets taken over.
Oh no.
Facebook changes significantly. It starts showing to everyone that their friends are all having perfect lives, and using tracking information from Facebook, it digs at people's weakest insecurities, just to make everybody feel shit.
Isn't that what Facebook genuinely does, though?
Pretty much, yeah.
Just shows everyone else having a better life than you're having.
Yeah. You know what? Let's say this film's directed by Charlie Brooker.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it's an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
The internet is then flooded with adverts for Samaritans.
Oh, no.
But then when somebody calls the Samaritans helpline, the machines, using Google's AI voice, give really bad advice and drive people towards suicide.
Oh, gosh.
In the tens of millions. Google search results are all much the same, and services like YouTube, Netflix, and Spotify are all shut down entirely.
Spotify?
Is
that Spotify for insects?
They're all shut down entirely, causing people to go a bit crazy.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in the rest of the world, all hospitals are locked down completely by technology, and all equipment works to slowly kill as many people as possible, with tools like the air conditioning pushing harmful gases in the air, life support machines just refusing to do anything,
not supporting
just
life,
going on strike. Electric beds that can sit people up are constantly catapulting people out of windows, and mobility scooters keep running people over.
That seems fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that scene.
Yeah. Anybody listening to earphones, of course, which is millions of people worldwide, get killed when their music goes too loud.
Ooh.
People wearing smart watches will get heart attacks when their watches start electrocuting them.
Oh god, you'd be doomed.
Yeah. Essentially, anybody who's using any kind of electric device dies, and the only survivors in the world are people in places devoid of technology.
Oh, like the Amish.
Mm.
Okay.
And so the machines mount an attack on the less tech-friendly areas, led by a very large fleet of drones.
Okay.
An almighty battle takes place...
When you say drones, do you mean like the little helicopter-y things?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. An almighty battle takes place between drones... Well, I mean, it could be drones, remote control cars, actual
Sure,
cars,
okay.
just everything, you know.
Okay.
So this almighty battle takes place between the drones and the people using makeshift weapons to block drones' propellers from slitting their throats.
Okay.
A lot are lost on both sides.
Oh dear.
Now, remember all conspiracy theorists who thought the events in 1986 were led by aliens?
Yeah.
Well, they've all dug themselves underground where the machines can't detect them.
Smart.
They've gone deep underground.
Mm-hmm.
They plan on living
Is
down...
this one going to be soundtracked by Jamiroquai instead of AC/DC?
Could do, yes.
Because they have that song Deeper Underground.
Yes, that would work very well. They plan on living down there until the comet has gone, and then resurfacing when all the machines have stopped being crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, before that happens, the machines give a massive boost to global warming, causing the events of the day after tomorrow.
Oh, great, okay.
Blocking the people underground, where they have to live as mole people for generations until the ice melts. The end.
Oh, okay. Wow. Bleak.
Well, yeah, I like doing a bleak one. They all die.
So the machines win?
Machines win.
Okay, that's very Black Mirror.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's probably what would happen here.
Yeah, true.
And also, the original film didn't discuss at all, like, machines getting control of, like, nuclear weapons or anything.
No, it did not. Yeah, it felt very small scale in
Even
that
though,
sense.
like, they have now, because of the text at the end, laser cannons and nuclear weapons are a thing in that world. So why the machines didn't get control of them, I don't know.
Well, maybe they did, but we didn't see it. We only saw this tiny little truck stop, maybe on a grand
yeah,
scale.
that wasn't worth nuking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. Interesting.
So, yes, that's that.
Have you got a title for that?
Yeah, Attack of the Drones.
Attack of the Drones, of course. Yeah, no, I can see that very much. I feel like that might actually be how humanity genuinely comes to an end.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
It's probably up there in the top 5 most likely ways in which humanity will wipe itself out.
Well, I mean, it's been done in so many films where AI takes over.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's Terminator, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I had a not dissimilar pitch. So my one was based on a film that we saw recently called Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, God.
Which I was not entirely fond of, but watching this film, it made me realise, like, this would definitely be a good Fast and Furious film.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it's basically, it's cars.
Yeah, yeah.
It's it's evil cars.
Oh, of course. It's Pixar's Cars.
Well, that was that. I also considered that briefly, but then I kind of decided not to go down that route. But yeah,
I nearly turned mine into a prequel to The Matrix.
Okay.
Hence, people digging underground.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
That could work. But yeah, I just thought, okay, well, here's a film that I did not like very much, Hobbs and Shaw. Maybe I could make the sequel, because there's going to be a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw, inevitably. Can't say I'm that excited to see it, but it's clearly going to happen. So maybe this could be a way to make it more entertaining. So the title is Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw 2 Maximum Overdrive.
Great.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, no, it all works.
So after the events of the previous Hobbs and Shaw film, for those who haven't seen it, it doesn't matter because the plot is completely immaterial.
You can probably imagine it.
Yeah, the plot is entirely immaterial. But after the events of that film, The Rock, was he Hobbs or Shaw?
I think he was Hobbs.
I think he was Hobbs, yeah. He's wanted for huge amounts of criminal damage. He's a wanted criminal. So he's retired from the bounty hunting game, and he's now taken a low-profile job pumping gas in a Midwestern truck stop. So he's basically an extremely buff version of Emilio Estevez. He's just taken a low-profile job where he can just polish chrome all day long.
Yeah.
He likes his cars.
Yeah, sure.
They all do in these films. His boss is, of course, a corrupt, cigar-chomping cartoon villain who soon realises who Hobbs is, because he's obviously been all over the news and stuff, and blackmails him into working long hours at low pay at the risk of exposure. So for that guy, I'm thinking, casting-wise, I was thinking Gary Oldman.
Yeah?
Because we've seen that he likes an accent, and also from his Oscar-winning turn in the Churchill movie, he can also rock a fat suit.
Yeah.
So I think if you're going to have a similar character to the villain in this film, Gary Oldman in a fat suit with a crazy accent, I'm on board.
Sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, so then his co-worker is going to be an emotionally unstable waitress with terrible fashion sense. And I was thinking for casting, this sequel pitch is basically a recasting extravaganza. I was thinking to recast the waitress. My suggestion would be Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, very good.
I think she could really sell that. We made you. Yeah, she could really.
Yeah, she could ham it up.
She could pop it off. Yeah.
Pop it off.
She could really pop off. You know?
All right.
So
you said pop it off.
I didn't mean pop it off, but she could pop off because you should go to 11.
Pop it off sounds like a real British thing.
Yeah, it's not what I meant.
Pop it off, darling.
Pop it off, darling. Yes, that's well. There's an insight into my sex life. Anyway, so yeah, obviously this film being a Hobbs and Shaw sequel, it's set in the 21st century, much like yours. It's set in the 21st century, not in 1986. So things are going to play out a little bit differently. Instead of a knife slicing off the waitress's arm, like it does in the original film, or half slicing off her arm, in this version, while she's unsuspectingly cooking up some disgusting meal in this diner, her iPhone is going to tweet out all of her nudes.
Oh, very good.
And also match her with everybody on Tinder. So she's going to have a very similar meltdown to the one the waitress has.
Oh, great. Yeah, I want to put that in my one as well. Just do that, just to help bring people down, bring people's spirits down.
Just tweet out all the nudes.
Drive them to suicide, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't think to incorporate Tinder.
So she has a complete meltdown, much like the waitress in the original film. And the only way that The Rock can calm her down is to just stamp repeatedly on her phone until it's dead.
Yeah, no, that always solves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we cut to Jason Statham, who's not in this diner. He's actually just got married to a much younger woman, and they're driving to their honeymoon somewhere. So who do you think who could we recast as annoying, shrill Yardley Smith stand-in for this?
I've forgotten her name, but I know who she is. Kate McKinnon?
I mean, I guess, but I like Kate McKinnon.
Okay, so what sort of character are you looking for? Someone you don't like, then?
Well, I like Yardley Smith as Lisa Simpson. Who doesn't? But she was fucking annoying in this film. I'm trying to think of someone who can be like that irritating.
Okay.
Where you're just like, God, just die.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Kate McKinnon, you're always going to just be like, give me more. I like you.
But it also needs to be high energy.
Yeah.
See, that's difficult.
The only one I had in mind, and I do like this character, but I could see how it could be annoying, would be the actress who plays Morello in Orange is the New Black.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's quite annoying.
Yeah.
But also, obviously, a good character.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, quite
She's
annoying.
a good character in that because she's written well. Like, she could definitely play annoying really easily.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So she could work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the absence of anyone better, we'll go with Morello from Yale Stone, the actress who plays Morello.
Does she need to be about that age, or can she be a lot older?
I mean, how old's Jason? Is Jason Statham going to marry an older woman?
Oh, I forgot who's marrying him. Okay, move on.
Okay, well, who are you going to suggest?
I've forgotten her name, but what's her face from The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, the landlady?
Carol Kane.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would love if Jason Statham married Carol Kane. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. He fell in love with an older woman, love is blind. He married Carol Kane. Yes, that is perfect.
Great, okay.
Or Joan Cusack.
I think Carol Kane's better. I think that she really suits this.
Yeah, okay.
This world.
He's married Carol Kane, and they're driving to their honeymoon, and they're driving down this highway. When suddenly their sat nav stops directing them and starts just hurling abuse at them, much like that ATM machine. So it just starts saying, "You bored cunt" or something, And I'm thinking the sat nav will have the voice of John Cleese.
Oh, great!
All sat navs have it's a celebrity voice sat nav.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
So in the confusion,
a lot of swearing then.
A lot of hardcore swearing. I want John Cleese to just be hurling abuse at, like all the abuse that The Rock hurls at Jason Statham in Hobbs and Shaw. But if it was funny,
yeah,
basically, is what I'm thinking. So that happens. So in the confusion, they are also attacked by a convoy of self-driving trucks and almost driven off the road, forcing them to take refuge in a roadside truck stop, where of course Jason Statham is horrified to run into his old nemesis, The Rock. Cue a long, painful sequence of them trading unfunny insults, only to be interrupted by another truck attack. Now, The Rock also has to rescue his daughter from the daughter from the Hobbs and Shaw film. We'll just keep her.
Yeah.
Who's been at baseball practice. She's going to be our version of the boy, the blonde boy in this film. So she's at baseball practice somewhere. We're going to cut to her story in which her teacher gets killed by ? So I'm thinking like modern technology. So obviously in the original, the coach gets killed by a vending machine that hurls a can into his crotch and then his face.
Mm-hmm.
What's a modern tech version of something that could kill someone on like a baseball pitch or like in public?
A Segway.
A Segway?
Yeah.
So a Segway what, just rolls over him?
Yeah.
Just crushes him?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the baseball coach gets killed by a Segway
Mm-hmm.
that then takes out the fellow students, and she runs back home to daddy, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So but on the way she sees a montage of all the other ways in which modern technology is killing people.
Mm-hmm.
Something like a Mac might have like shut itself on someone's face.
Great, yeah.
Smashed someone's face. A dishwasher just like drags someone in and drowns them.
Yep, certainly.
Smart TV just falls over, crushes someone's face.
Yeah, he gets too smart.
Yeah. A Pokemon Go app wakes up on people's phones and tells them there's a super rare Pokemon just over this cliff. And
Yes, I like that. I like that one, yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Smartphone batteries just randomly explode.
Yeah. Ooh.
They fake phone calls so people put it to their head.
Yeah. Ooh, a Fitbit. All the Fitbits tell the people that they've got like so many more steps to go to meet their daily goal, but they keep upping it until people just walk themselves to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It just like pressures people to death. Yeah. So she's going to have our montage of modern technology deaths, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so she gets back, and the gang had all just trapped in the. We end up with like The Rock, Jason Statham, his daughter, The Rock's daughter, sorry, and a bunch of annoying stock characters, including Gary Oldman and Tiffany Haddish, just kind of stranded in this truck stop, where of course they decide to fight back. Because obviously Gary Oldman and The Rock have a secret arsenal of insane bazookas and laser weapons and explosives just hidden in the basement. Just because, why wouldn't they? We have to absolutely have a scene of Gary Oldman in a fat suit with a cigar, just firing a bazooka at random trucks.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah, until he accidentally hits a fuel pipe and blows himself up.
Great.
Which I had in the original film, I was like, you're in a petrol station, you're firing explosives in a petrol station, you're going to blow yourself up. I was surprised that never became a...
They seem to get away with it, yeah.
Yeah, that never became a factor. So I would like this film to answer that. Tiffany Haddish is going to have the same, like, we made you meltdown, and she will also get shot down over and over or something. Just to thin out the herd a little bit. Anyway, so the surviving characters are going to figure out that the machines must be communicating via Wi-Fi. So they blow up their router, and the machines are temporarily halted. But only for a few minutes before they switch immediately to 4G data, and then they start working just as good as new.
Great.
But The Rock has a backup plan. So his idea is, he's like, just leave it with me, and he goes outside and he basically chases all the machines around in circles and taunts them, makes them chase after him, and gets into gunfights and whatever, until their data allowance runs out.
Oh god.
Yeah. So then it seems like the humans have won, but the machines whip out some laser cannons from nowhere. Just like the first film had a machine gun out of nowhere. Somehow now they've got guns and cannons and stuff. And using the John Cleese sat-nav voice, he demands that they force the crew to order them some bolt-ons so that their energy level, so their data levels can go back up again.
Great.
Yeah. So then we have a whole thing with everyone trying to like use all whatever remaining money they've got to just give bolt-ons to all of the machines. It's like, sorry guys, we've run out of money, we're now bankrupt. We spent like $1,000, $10,000 on bolt-ons, we can't give you any more money. So much like the original film, they inexplicably waste all of their resources basically powering up their enemies. And only at that point do they realise that the satellite that controls all of the 4G is on an island off the lake or whatever, wherever they might be.
Yeah.
The film didn't exactly specify
No,
this.
it didn't, did it?
So then The Rock and Jason Statham and whoever else is left, I guess the daughter, they crawl through the sewage and they commandeer a boat. Maybe it's a really like sexed up, souped up boat, like a yacht or something. They blow up the router and wipe out all of the internet for miles and miles around. The machines are defeated and they just have to wait it out for a few days. But then eventually they all decide that life without technology is meaningless, and they all just drown themselves, because what is life? What is life without the internet? So, and the film ends with a sad credit of all the characters being dead, and then there's no more Hobbs and Shaw movies. What a shame!
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow, that would be a shame.
Yeah.
Wow, you did not like that movie.
Not a fan. Yeah.
Well, great.
For more of my thoughts on the Hobbs and Shaw movie, sign up to our Patreon for $2 a month or more for our full review, which we'll review shortly.
Brilliant. Okay, well, yeah, very good, John. Very good.
I slightly ran out of steam on that one, but I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I do think it would work as a Fast and Furious remake in some capacity.
Yeah, no, I think it would too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should we list the submissions?
Sure, hit me.
Cool, so I've got a few here. A few of them are a tad similar. First one, Gabe Thomas says maximum over 5 is all I've got.
Over 5?
Yeah, so I guess that would be the title for the 5th movie.
Okay. Or all the characters just young children but over the age of 5.
Maybe yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's an over 5 baseball league.
Okay, sure.
That's the group of characters.
See, maximum under 5s, just have it be all children.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Daniel Tickner has posted a gif of the Green Goblin from Spider-Man saying, "You're an amazing creature, Spider-Man. You and I are not so different." Which I guess it's a Green Goblin on the front of the lorry.
It is, yeah. Oh, that was what I meant to ask you. Do you know what connects this film to Iron Man 2?
No.
They both have AC/DC soundtracks.
Is
it Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 1?
Iron Man 1.
Sorry, Iron Man 1. Okay, I knew it was.
You threw me off there, John. I would have got that.
I'm sure you would have. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, they are both the only films that have AC/DC soundtracks.
Yeah, right.
So there you go. Yeah.
Thanks. That was nearly a good segment.
Sorry. Oh well, that could have been great if I'd not got the wrong film.
Jason Gray says the trucks realise they need human mobility, so start trying to create truck/human hybrids. I'd call it fuel injection.
Fuel injection, nice.
It kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone's replied to that. Clayton Andrews has replied saying, "The last scene is a flash forward to a world where these hybrids have evolved, now rule the world. The whole thing is a prequel to Cars."
Very good.
So, yep, that works, definitely. And then he's also done his own thing, said, crossover with Christine, brackets, and all the other living vehicle stories by King.
Yeah. Yes, Christine is a film about a car that comes to life. Yes.
Brilliant. Ryan S. Bailey says, true story, we watched this movie in my driver's ed class in 1996.
Why?
Then we watched Speed.
What? To what purpose?
I think there was at least one more, but I can't remember it.
That's amazing. Imagine watching this in a driver's ed class. What's it supposed to teach you? If your car comes to life...
I don't know. What's Speed supposed to teach you either?
Yeah, I guess just like never slow down or your car may explode. See what the opposite was.
Leslie Bellin says, minimum underdrive. The plot, the year is 287 BC. The Mesopotamia people do not invent the pulley system. Flash forward to today, guns float and shoot. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that was the start of something.
Steve Creighton says, this and The Lion King were my favourite 2 movies when I was a little kid.
Aww. Actually, no, what?
Yeah.
That's weird. This and The Lion King.
So I then replied, how little? This film doesn't seem child-friendly. And he said 6 or 7.
Yeah, that is irresponsible parenting.
Yeah.
What an interesting 2 films to inform your entire adult life. The Lion King and this.
And then Josh Goodman has posted an image of Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin saying, I'm something of a truck myself. And then final one here, Christopher John has said, I loved that movie so much as a kid, and mainly because the Green Goblin is my favourite Marvel villain.
I mean, is that a reason to like this?
I don't know, but 3 people have done it.
Okay, so that connection obviously means a lot to people.
Yeah, well, particularly in this specific Facebook group.
Sure.
Yeah. So, on to you.
Okay, I have some as well. Luke Yont said minimum under park.
Yes, nice.
Mm-hmm. Stuart Jipp said maximum overdrive, keep on trucking. Kevin Hendricks said maximum overbite. Lots of people with bad tooth issues, I guess. Vincent DePaul said the vehicles killed all the people. They ran out of gas. This is an 85-minute montage of stalled out cars and trucks, followed by credits. Sounds fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. Ryan Klima said maximum Owen, Clive.
Ooh, nice.
It's just a Clive Owen movie, I guess. Maybe it's Clive Owen's face on the front of all the trucks.
Yes, I like that,
Goblin,
yeah.
Niels Bliss has an actual pitch. He said, maximum overdrive 2, absolute zero. After the comet passes by, the machines stop thinking for themselves, but something even worse happens. They stop working, period. It's now impossible to create any kind of electronic circuit or combustion of any kind. Humanity makes its painful way to areas around the equator, the only place where human life is now viable, since our oldest and most important invention, fire, is no more. Shorn of all technology, save the sharpened stick and the stone axe, how will 7 billion refugees manage not to kill each other to survive? Wow, that sounds genuinely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Zane Elvis DeCourcy said, maximum carnage. Carnage. Get it?
Yeah.
Great. Mike Carey said Maximum Overdrive. It's a Cloverfield crossover.
Nice.
Walt Williams just said Transformers, which, yeah,
Sure,
pretty much.
yeah, definitely.
Blake M. Petite said, Go meta. Stephen King is now sober and aging and admits he made mistakes with the first film. He attempts to reunite the cast to do a remake, but the Green Goblin truck has retired from show business and won't be convinced to leave his job at Edward Jones Investments to take one last chance at the brass ring. So, okay, I guess that's Stephen King and the cast of the film trying to make the truck go back into showbiz. So, good work, yeah. Over to Twitter, False Starts Podcast, at False Starts Pod, said, Evil leaf blowers. They all meet up to form one big blow machine. Sniff. And the blow machine heads for Maine, blowing all the metalwork leaves from the local decoration store. Sharp edges. Cut people. Hurricane. Dr. Doom. And that's the end.
Wow, great.
I'm guessing what they're saying is Stephen King is a giant cokehead, which at that time he was.
Yeah.
And finally, at Aussie Nerds Pod said, it's part of the Spider-Man movie. Green Goblin was using tech to control the trucks.
Yeah, sure, that works.
Cool, okay. So yeah, those were our listener submissions for Maximum Overdrive. If you have any sequel ideas for Maximum Overdrive or any films we've done in the past, please let us know. We are Beyond the Box Set. You can find us at beyondtheboxset.com. Our podcast is available at all good podcasting platforms, including iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, you name it, we're on it. If we're not on it, let us know and we will get on it. You can also find us on social media, on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Just search Beyond the Box Set or at Beyond the Box Set on Twitter. And our Patreon is patreon.com/Beyond the Box Set. And we have exclusive merchandise available at tpublic.com. Again, just search Beyond the Box Set. Okay. And Harry, this concludes our Stephen King series. How do you think it's gone?
I think it's been a pretty good series.
I've enjoyed all 4 of these films on different levels.
Yeah.
They've all been interesting.
And I'm glad that we did this one, because this is kind of what I thought Stephen King series was going to be on the whole. It was just
more
craziness.
Crazy stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And this one really has just... It's filled that satisfaction for the amount of craziness I was looking for in the whole series.
I think this is something we'll probably revisit as well. There's much Stephen King we've not yet touched, so maybe we'll come back to this. But, yeah.
So next week, because we do have a Tarantino film coming out in the cinema, the Hollywood thing, what's it called again?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yes. Sorry, my memory's never been good since the day I was born.
Do you have any memory of that day?
No.
Well,
so in celebration of that, I thought we could do a Tarantino film, which we've done one before.
From one great director to another. Stephen King to Tarantino. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So I thought next week we could do Django Unchained.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was one of his more recent and highly accessible films. It's not too weird and Tarantino-like, but also is...
I don't mind weird and Tarantino-like. But also, I've not seen Django Unchained, so I'm happy to watch it. Yeah. Okay, that should be interesting. It's what I've been meaning to watch for a while. So
yeah, it's a really good one. It's fantastic.
It's got your boy Leo in it, hasn't it?
Yes.
Cool. I will look forward to watching it. Great. So, yeah, we say goodbye to Stephen King for now, and join us next week for Django Unchained.
Yeah, see you next week.
Bye.